Let's see if it works. Magic hands. Yeah. Chitiriha vipulatare tishtati tava prishte dharani dharana kena chakra garishte Shavadrita kurma sharira Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Vasati dashana shekare dharani tavalagna shashini kalanka kalevani magna dharani tavalagna Shavadrita Shukara Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tava kara kamalavare nakhamadhuta shringam Dalita hiranyakashipu tanubringam Shavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Vikramane Balamadbhuta Vamana Padanakani Rajanita Jana Pavana Keshavadrita Vamana Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Rudhira maye jagadapagata papam snapayasi payasi shamita bhavatapam Rudiramaye jagadapagata snapayasi Keshavadrita Bhrigupati Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Tarasi dikshurane dikpati kamaniyam Dashamukhamole balim ramaniyam Dikshurane dikpati Keshavadrita Rama Sharira Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Vahasi Vakushi Vishadevasanam Jaladabham Halahati Biti Milita Yamunabham Keshavadrita Haladhara Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Vaha Shiva Pushi Vishadevasanam Jaladabham Halahati Biti Milita Yamunabham Keshavadrita Haladhara Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Nindasi yajna videraha shuchi jatam Sadaya hridaya dashita pashugatam Keshavadrita Buddha Sharira Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Malechani vahani dane kalayasi karavalam Dhumaketumeva kimapi karalam केशवधृता कल्कि शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय देव कवेरिदमुदितमुदारम् श्रीनुशुकदं शुभदं भवसारम् श्रीनुशुकदं शुभदं भवसारम् श्री जय देव कवेरिदमुदितमुदारम् शुगदं शुभदं भवसारम् केशवधृता दशविधरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जगदीश हरे जय श्री दशावतार स्तोत्र की जय बलराम पूर्णिमा महामहोत्सव की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी की गंगा मई की यमुना मई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी देवी की समवेता भक्त वृंद की taking over the word with Srila Prabhupada, Stencil Book Distribution, Daivarnashram Farm Communities की all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gaurango. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Adi-Lila chapter 4 verse number 155. Could I have the book please? Adi-Lila. Okay. akṣaṇvatāṁ phalam idam na param vidāmaḥ sakhyaḥ paśūn anuviveśayator. Adi 4, 155. Vayasyaiḥ vaktraṁ vraja-īśa sutayoḥ anuveṇu-juṣṭaṁ yair va nipītam anurakta-kaṭākṣa-mokṣam. So reading this verse to understand what the perfection of the eyes is. Okay. akṣaṇvatām phalam idam. Chintamani. akṣaṇvatām phalam idam na param vidāmaḥ. sakhyaḥ paśūn anuviveśayator vayasyaiḥ. Thank you. So I just pull it up on the book, sorry. Okay. Vaktram vrajeśa-sutayor anuveṇu-juṣṭaṁ. Yair nipītam anurakta-kaṭākṣa-mokṣam. akṣaṇvatāṁ phalam idam na param vidāmaḥ. sakhyaḥ paśūn anuviveśayator vayasyaiḥ. vaktraṁ vrajeśa-sutayor anuveṇu-juṣṭaṁ. yair nipītam anurakta-kaṭākṣa-mokṣam. akṣaṇvatām phalam idam na param vidāmaḥ. sakhyaḥ paśūn anuviveśayator vayasyaiḥ. vaktraṁ vrajeśa-sutayor anuveṇu-juṣṭaṁ. yair nipītam anurakta-kaṭākṣa-mokṣam. Please repeat. Don't be shy.
Vaktraṁ vrajeśa-sutayor anuveṇu-juṣṭaṁ. nipītam anurakta-kaṭākṣa-mokṣam. akṣaṇvatāṁ phalam idam na param sakhyaḥ paśūn anuviveśayator vayasyaiḥ. vaktraṁ vrajeśa-sutayor anuveṇu-juṣṭaṁ.
Mataji, please.
akṣaṇvatām phalam idam na param vidāmaḥ. sakhyaḥ paśūn anuviveśayator vayasyaiḥ. vaktraṁ vrajeśa-sutayor
Kaṭa-akṣa-mokṣam. akshaṇvatāṁ, of those who have eyes. Phalam, the fruit. Idam, this. Na, not. Param, other. Vidāmaḥ, we know. Sakhyaḥ, of friends. Paśūn, the cows. Anuviveśayatoḥ, causing to enter one forest from another. Vayasyaiḥ, with their friends of the same age. Vaktram, the faces. Vraja-īśa, of Mahārāja Nanda. Sutayoḥ, of the two sons. Anuveṇu-juṣṭaṁ, possessed of flutes. Yair, by which. Or. Nipītam, imbibed. Anurakta, loving. Kaṭa-akṣa, glances. Mokṣam, giving off. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The gopis said, "O friends, those eyes that see the beautiful faces of the sons of Mahārāja Nanda are certainly fortunate." As these two sons enter the forest, surrounded by their friends, driving the cows before them, they hold their flutes to their mouths and glance lovingly upon the residents of Vrindavan. For those who have eyes, we think there is no greater object of vision. Like the gopis, one can see Krishna continuously if one is fortunate enough. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said that sages whose eyes have been smeared with the ointment of pure love can see the form of Shyamasundar continuously in the centers of their heart. This text from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 21, text number 7, was sung by the gopis on the advent of the Sharad season. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utafadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Shri Vishakhanvatāṁ Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishamebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vikasa Swamin Iti Namine Harijanagana Badi Gnana Karmanda Hari Prakatita Para Bhaktir Bhakti Siddhanta Kantihi Vinayanikara Lakshmi Nimna Maidaya Ragamyo Bhuvijayati Vikaso Bhakti Purvo Yatindraha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminati Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vagisha Yasya Vadane Lakshmi Yasya Chivakshasi Yasyasya Hridaye Samvittam Nrsimham Aham Bhaje Mukam Karti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatam Aham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Yasya Deve Parabhaktir Yata Deve Tata Guru Tasya Te Katita Yata Prakashante Mahatmanaha. So today we are celebrating the most ecstatic appearance of Lord Balaram. And we can see that the gopis over here, they're saying there is no greater object of vision. What is the perfection of vision? The Senetre Tamaso Jite Suruchire Yabhyam Harir Drishyate. Those eyes, which are very fortunate, those eyes are considered very fortunate, which have the darshan of Lord Hari. Yabhyam Harir Drishyate. Senetre Tamaso Jite Suruchire Yabhyam Harir Drishyate. And then what's the best of the intelligent? Sabhuddhir Vimalendu Shankutavala Ya Madhava Dhyayini. That intelligence is considered to be the topmost and as white as that of a conch shell or the full moon. That we could see if we are fortunate tonight and it's not cloudy. We can see the full moon tonight. That intelligence is considered to be that of a full moon or... Okay? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That intelligence is spotless, like the white glow of the full moon or a conch shell, which concentrate on Lord Madhava. And Sa Jivamrita Vaishini Pratipadam Yastoti Narayanam. And that tongue rains down nectar which constantly glorifies Lord Narayana. In this case, Lord Krishna and Balaram. And then, what else did we, before that, okay. So we can see that even that head is considered the topmost. Tadvaishma tadvaishiras. Yat Krishna pranipata dhuli davalas tadvaishma tadvaishiras. That head is considered the topmost, which offers obeisances unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we see this over here, that the gopis, they're telling us that there is no greater object of vision than seeing Krishna and Balaram in Vrindavan. There is no greater object of vision. That's why if you could go to Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, text number 20, chapter 21, text number 8, we will see, yes, text number 8. Okay, we can please read the translation. Okay. Dressed in charming variety of garments upon which their garlands rest, and decorating themselves with peacock feathers, lotuses, lilies, newly grown mango sprouts, and cluster of flower buds, Krishna and Balaram shine forth magnificently among the assembly of cowherd boys. They look just like the best of dancers, appearing on a dramatic stage, and sometimes they sing. In another place in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it said that when Krishna and Balaram are in the forest of Vrindavan, they come together, and when they sing, they hit all the musical notes simultaneously at the same time. How is that possible? Well, we have to go there and find out. Because it's impossible for us to understand the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's achintya. How is it that Krishna and Balaram can sit and sing together and hit all the notes that are there in the musical scale at once? How is it? How can we even conceive of this? No. But it's written like this in the Srimad Bhagavatam. There's so much more to experience. People are so enamored by the music in this world. It is disgusting, actually. It's only one beat which keeps playing dung, 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 like really loud. It has to shake your whole house, shake your neighbor's house. When you're driving by, it has to shake everyone's house. And that is considered to be music. That's considered to be, it's nonsense. Vibrations of from the modes of material nature. So we see from the lowest modes of material nature, tamagun. That's why we see, was that Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Parama Rasala. That's why Sri Prabhupada wanted us to have nice mridangas and kartals and jajaras and wampers and all these amazing instruments used in Lord Chaitanya's pastime. It doesn't say Madhura Jambe Bhaje Parama Rasala. It doesn't say that. We're very fortunate that there are no jambes in. It's not so popular in America, but in India it's completely contaminated the whole Kirtan atmosphere. It doesn't say Madhura Jambe Bhaje Parama Rasala. It doesn't say that. Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Parama Rasala. So we say, you're very fortunate, you don't know what that is. That's nice. Very good. Good for you. I mean, once actually in Ponce, a devotee came with his, I said, Prabhu, please don't play this here. I'm sorry. Once a devotee came with the guitar, please don't play it here. Don't do rasa bhas. Yeah. We're not into this nonsense. So we see that, the sweet sounds of the mridanga. Tatai tatai bhajala kol ghana ghana chahe jajjera ro. So these sweet sounds, ultimately it's meant for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when these two, Krishna and Balaram, who can be? Well, what is more amazing? Krishna and Balaram, the object of vision, the best object of vision, come together and they are singing. What can be more amazing than this? So they come together and they sing, and then they hit all the musical notes together, and all the living entities in Vrindavan are completely stunned. And when they play their flutes, I think this was stunned also in ecstasy. Fainted in ecstasy. Okay, whoa. It's okay, not right now, brother. You got to be like Raktaka. That is the nectar of devotion.
Turn it around. Turn the legs around.
How many Hare Krishnas does it take to fix the mic? There you go. 3, 4. Jita, Ali, let's do it. The whole ashram. How many brahmacharis in Krishna life? Oh, yeah, Hare Krishna. Okay, it's good. It's come back. So we see that in the nectar devotion, Raktaka is fanning Krishna, and then he becomes ecstatic and he's going to become stunned. And then, he says, oh, what, to heck with this ecstasy. I want to serve Krishna. Therefore, he controls his ecstasy. So we see that Lord Balaram and Krishna, they are singing in Vrindavan. And it's the topmost bliss, it's the topmost pleasure. And all the living entities are stunned when Krishna and Balaram play their flutes. The living entity is the sun. When Krishna is playing his flute, the father of the bamboo stick, all the family that the bamboo stick is coming from, they're in great ecstasy thinking, oh, we are so fortunate. Our descendant is playing. Our descendant is playing the flute. Oh, our descendant is actually tasting the nectar from Krishna and Balaram's mouth. Oh, very fortunate, very fortunate. How fortunate? Sabhagyam. Oh, so amazing. Saubhagyam. Oh, our greatest fortune. Our greatest fortune. And then the gopis are envious. They're thinking, what is this? This is just a stick. The nectar of Krishna's lips, it belongs to us, and the stick is drinking. They feel, oh, what is this nonsense? And then the trees, some of them, they start shedding sap. And then there's two ways of looking at it, depending upon which acharya. And these are the controversies we're allowed to have. These are good controversies. So one acharya says that the sap that is flowing from the trees is tears of joy that is being experienced by the trees. Whereas Sanatana Goswami says that the tears of the tree, that they're crying in lamentation, they cannot go and dance with Krishna. Who is right? Both of them. Right? This is transcendental logic. Please do not try to cram everything in your mundane, minuscule brain. So similarly, we've had many controversies. Balaram is a very controversial person in the Krishna consciousness movement. Devotees once in Vrindavan, they were having a big argument. Who is stronger, Krishna or Balaram? And then the devotees had a big, one side was saying Krishna is stronger. The other side is saying Balaram is more stronger. He's the elder brother, he has to be more stronger. His name has Bala in it. So they went to Srila Prabhupada to settle controversies. See, when Prabhupada is there, you can go up to him and settle controversies. Right? According to Ritviks, Prabhupada is still there just the way he was. Why can't they go settle their controversies? That they can't answer, because they're naradamas, fools. So we see that the devotees went up to Srila Prabhupada to settle their controversy. And what did Prabhupada say? Who's stronger? Krishna is stronger. Why? Krishna is stronger. Why? Because he is leaning on Balaram. So this is, we can see, Balaram is leaning on Krishna. Balaram is leaning on Krishna, therefore Krishna is more powerful. So we can see this, same thing, they're standing over here. Balaram is leaning on Krishna. So we can see that Balaram is more powerful than Krishna. Another time, Madhudvisha Swami, what happened? Okay, I'm so sorry. I think I'm on the other side here. I have to follow my acharya. What's going on? Okay, let me drink some water. Get out of the mode of ignorance. Rasoham apsakonteya. Okay, we're back. Krishna is more stronger than Balaram. This is established by Srila Prabhupada, and that's what we want to say here. Okay, Krishna is stronger than Balaram. And then another controversy. Madhudvisha Swami and Yamuna Devi Dasi, they were both leading. Madhudvisha Swami was a sannyasi, and Yamuna Devi Dasi, Mataji, is still famous in the Krishna consciousness movement. They both had a big argument. But Madhudvisha Swami is saying that, you see, we're reading the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and right here in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya it says, the only difference between Krishna and Balaram is that Krishna is black and Balaram is white. There is no difference. But Yamuna Devi Dasi is saying that actually there must be more, because Krishna dances with Radharani and Balaram doesn't. So then, this was this, and then they went, so Tamal Krishna Maharaj had to settle this, so he went up to Srila Prabhupada and asked Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, there's a big controversy, argument going on between Yamuna Devi Dasi, Mataji, and Madhudvisha Swami. So Madhudvisha Swami is saying the only difference between Krishna and Balaram is that Krishna is black and Balaram is white. Prabhupada said, he is correct. And he said, but Prabhupada, Yamuna Devi Dasi Mataji is saying that there must be more of a difference, because Krishna is dancing with Radharani and Balaram doesn't. So what's the right answer? What did Srila Prabhupada say? You decide. You decide what's the right answer. Because both answers are right. She's also right. Madhudvisha Swami is also right. So who's right? You see, so this is the kind of things that we should engage our intelligence in, actually. And if we do so, then the things of this material world will seem completely useless. You see, when we engage, when we learn these shlokas or shlokams, or when we learn all these things, and we contemplate upon the meaning of these shlokas and contemplate upon the meaning of this, then we will not have time to waste. Krishna sambandha vina kala vyartha yahi nai. That one symptom of a pure devotee, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, Maharaj Parikshit is being described, that one symptom of a pure devotee is that he does not waste any time. All the time that he is there is used strictly in the service of Krishna. So we can contemplate and understand these points. They're very amazing. Then we can see the next verse. My dear gopis, what we just spoke about this. What auspicious activities must the flute have performed to enjoy the nectar of Krishna's lips independently and leave only a taste for his gopis, for whom the nectar is actually meant. The forefathers of the flute, the bamboo tree, shed tears of pleasure. His mother, the river, on whose bank the bamboo was born, feels jubilation. And therefore her blooming lotus flowers are standing like hair on her body. We can see that when Krishna and Balaram play their flutes, the lotus flower starts to have, we sing every morning, Romancha kampa shutaranga bhajo. So the mother, right? The Yamuna is the mother of the flute because she's the one who is nourishing him with water. So the mother, she becomes ecstatic, and what are the hairs on her body? These beautiful lotus flowers. So it's so beautiful when Krishna and Balaram are playing their flute. And we say that Krishna and Balaram, so we say that when we read Shastra, there are three Ramas. Right? Who are the three Ramas? Ramachandra, Dasharati Rama, Parashurama, Balarama. Right? And Krishna is also sometimes Radhika Ramana, so he's also called Rama, he can be called that. But for the sake of this, so we say that Parashurama, what does Parashu mean? Axe, right? Parashurama. He appeared in a what family? Wrong, Brahmana family. He appeared in a Brahmana family. And then Dasharati Rama appeared in a Kshatriya family. And then Balaram, Kshatriya, Vaishya. Well, in Krishna's pastimes, he appeared as in the Vrindavan pastimes, he appeared as a Vaishya, and then and then he takes upon his Kshatriya bhav. So we say that, and this is another controversy regarding Lord Balaram, right? So Krishna, when Krishna and Balaram are in Vrindavan, what are they? Cowherd boys, right? And what does Krishna like to do? Cowherd boys like to do what? They like to tend cows. That's what they like to do. But what do we see Balaram always carrying with him? A plow. So what does that mean? At heart, Balaram is a farmer. That's what it means. That at heart, Lord Balaram is a farmer. And then, and then he likes the plow so much that even when he takes upon his role as a Kshatriya, he still uses it. For what? For killing the demons. Right? One of my favorite pastime of Lord Balaram killing a demon is killing of the demon Balvala. Right? Killing of this demon Balvala, where the sages, they invite Lord Balaram telling, this demon is causing us so many problems, this and that. And then Lord Balaram says that again this demon has come to create a disturbance in the sacrifice. So then what does he do? He calls upon his club and he calls upon his plow. What is the name of Balaram's plow? I don't know. I couldn't find it actually. But what is the name of Balaram's club? Not you. We spoke about this yesterday. We had every time we take milk, we have a trivia. So what is the name of Balaram's club? Okay, I'll give you a clue. It starts with Su. Oh, come on, cheater. Cheater, he knew it. He didn't know it yesterday. Okay, so Sunanda is the name of Balaram's club. So Balaram calls upon both his club and his plow. And when Balvala is flying, he extends his arm, holds Balvala with his plow, pulls him down and smashes him with his head. What's that called in double? What's it called? 1-2 buckle my shoe. Is that what it said? Okay, anyway. He did a quick 1-2 on Balvala and smashed his head. Boom. Smashed it, crushed it to pieces. So Lord Balaram, he's so much a farmer at heart that even when he takes upon his role as Kshatriya, that's a strange weapon, isn't it? Who would ever think that a plow is a weapon? But he uses the plow. That's why one of Lord Balaram's name is Hala Yuddha. Hala Yuddha. There is 1,000 names of Lord Balaram. Balaram Sahasranama. So one of his names is Hala Yuddha. he fights with a plow. When in Krishna Lila, in Vrindavan Lila also is known as Haladhara. He's always holding a plow. So now we see that Balaram is always holding a plow, and at heart he's a farmer. Yeah, that is true. But what is he the most interested in farming? What are the best, we have right, Ali's going to do a farm project for his Ali the Monk Instagram channel. So you have to grow things, right? So what you've been planting so many things, right? What are we planting? Tomatoes, what else? Squash, bitter melon, so many things are being planted. So what does Lord Balaram like to cultivate? You plow and then you have to plant the seed. What does he like to cultivate the most? What? Someone said something, you can say it louder. That's right, the Bhakti Lata beach. This is what Lord Balaram likes to cultivate the most. So we see in the Krishna Samhita, Bhakti Vinod Thakur speaks about how all the demons which are killed in Krishna Lila, they can be compared to anarthas, different anarthas. And we also see that when before Krishna appeared, right, in Devaki's womb, how many of her kids were killed by Kamsa? 6. Please tie your shika, Prabhu. Yeah. Balaram killed, Balaram killed a lot of demons, but Kamsa killed 6 of Devaki's children. And then the 7th one was, what was another name for Balaram? That Garga Muni says. He comes in the Krishna book also. What are the other names of Balaram? Sankarshan. Bala, that is Rama. Sankarshana. Why is it Sankarshana? He was attracted to the womb. He's attracted to the womb of Rohini. So these six children who appeared before Lord Balaram, they are 6 also compared to the 6 major anarthas that living entities have: Kama, Krodha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, Ityadi. All these 6. And then Lord Balaram appears in the womb of Devaki to purify that place. He plows, right? He purifies her womb. And in these ecstatic books written by His Holiness Dhanavir Das Goswami Maharaj, it's Dhanavir, I don't know, keep saying Dhanavir Das Goswami. Dhanavir Goswami Maharaj, there's a really nice, beautiful painting of Lord Balaram in the womb of Devaki, and I would like to pass it around. It's a treat for the eyes, actually. This is because he has in the Garga Samhita, Canto 8 is called Lord Balaram. So this book is, okay, you can zoom in, I'm trying to do a promo here. So, we can say that, you see, for those who don't have the Garga Samhita, please get a set. And please contact Rishi Kumar Prabhu. And and in this 8th canto, it's very amazing to read from this 8th canto of the Garga Samhita. It's called Lord Balaram. And in this, there's a beautiful painting. Whoa, I'll just flip to it. You can see this over here. Of Lord Balaram in the womb of Devaki. It's very nice. We can please pass it around for the devotees. It's a festival to the eyes. So, Lord Balaram appears in the womb of Devaki, and then in this womb, he purifies that womb. All anarthas are gone. The seed of devotion, the seed is cultivated, and then after that womb is completely purified. How can Devaki's womb not be pure? Well, it can always be more pure, more pure, more pure. So then Lord Krishna appears in the womb of Devaki. And we see Lord Balaram and Krishna, in these series of verses that we were just reading, before I forget this point, the land of Vrindavan is glorified. Why is the land of Vrindavan glorified? Krishna's and Balaram's footprints, right? Krishna and Balaram's footprints. And the land of Vrindavan is considered to be more auspicious than the land of Vaikuntha. Why? It's almost a very common sense question, actually. And when I read this, it's written in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the commentary, I read it. It's a very common sense question. Why is the land of Vrindavan considered to be greater than the land of Vaikuntha? Huh? What do you say? That's right, because they're barefoot. Lord Vishnu wears slippers. Right? In Vaikuntha, he's not walking around barefoot. Lord Vishnu wears slippers. That's why Vedanta Deshika composed. What's it called? I forget. Huh? Paduka Sahasranama? Paduka Sahasram. He composed 1,000 verses glorifying the shoes of Lord Vishnu. But in Vrindavan, Krishna and Balaram, they don't wear shoes. So the land of Vrindavan is more blessed because they're barefoot in Vrindavan. And once Yashoda says, Krishna, you're going into the forest, please can I get you some shoes? You can wear some shoes. He said, okay, mother, you can get me shoes if you want. But if you get shoes for me, you have to get shoes for all my cows too. Because we are cowherd boys. This is how we do it. If you want me to have shoes, get shoes for all my cows, and not 2 per cow, 4 per cow. You have to get 4 shoes per cow. Otherwise, don't get me shoes. So then Krishna settled that, no shoes. So the land of Vrindavan is considered to be more glorious. It's more glorious. More glorious than Vrindavan. Why? Because they're barefoot. They're barefoot. That's right. They're barefoot. So the land is even more blessed. That's why Akrura, when he was entering Vrindavan, before he entered Vrindavan, what did he do? What did he find? Or as he was entering, what did he find? He found the footprints of Krishna. And then he was in ecstasy. He was in bliss. Right? So we see that Lord Balaram, he appears and then he sankarshana. He is attracted to the womb of Devaki. It's attracted to the Rohini. He's attracted to the womb of Rohini. And then they consider it to be a miscarriage. But then Rohini, she moved to Vrindavan. So we say that Lord Balaram, what's the first demon that Lord Balaram killed? That's right, Dhenukasura. Right? Dhenukasura is the first demon that Lord Balaram killed. Then after that, Pralamba. Come on, Krishna killed Trinavarta. Then after that, right? Mushtika. Right? Then? Right? Kamsa's brothers. Then? The other 2 ones are tough. Actually, one is easy. One is really easy. Right. Who is that? The king of Kashi, he smashed his teeth and he killed Rukmi. Right? And then he kills someone else. That's right, he appears in the Ramayana too. Vivida, he kills him. And then there's 2 more. And these 2, it says that Lord Balaram killed in the fight with Banasura. He killed the general of Bana, and he also once killed the general of Bali Maharaj. In the great fight, when Aniruddha is in the capital of Banasura. And then there's a huge, big, this is the super war. You have Krishna, the Yadus on one side. The Pandavas join in that war too? The Pandavas on the side? They're not. Okay. I don't want to, over-exaggerate here. So we see the Krishna, the Yadus, the whole Yadu army is on one side. And then you have Shiva, Ganesh, and, the Hindu heroes and the heroes of the Vaishnavas on one side. And there's a war. So Shiva, Ganesh, Kartikeya, Banasura, Bana has so many arms. They're all on one side. And in that war, Balaram killed so many demons. So we say that so many of these demons that were with Balaram, they were under Kamsa. Right? But when we read the Srimad Bhagavatam, we don't know how they became part of Kamsa's army. What happened? Were they already part of the Bhoja dynasty? No, they weren't. And in order to understand more of these ecstatic pastimes, okay, I'll have to read from Sri Garga. This is a prelude advertisement, so you can read this yourself. So this is Canto 1, Volume 1, Sri Garga Samhita, Krishna's Planet. Okay, so now we can see. Okay, so now this one thing is mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Who was Kamsa in his past life? Kalanemi, right? And this Kalanemi, there was a war during the churning of the milk ocean in the 8th canto, and he was riding on the back of a lion. And he was like and this war, there is actually, I know this. There is this, okay. So, on the BBKS app, there's a lecture called Kalanemi Niha. Okay? This is a name I remember listening to. I know for sure this lecture exists. I remember listening to it many years ago. And in that lecture, Maharaj says that when he first got the Krishna book, he would always stare at this picture of Krishna killing Keshi. And he would always wonder, oh, who is this? Who is this Krishna? When he first got the Krishna book in this lecture. So, Kalanemi Niha. So, in this, I strongly recommend devotees hear it. Maharaj is reading from Harivamsha, and he's speaking of the whole pastime about how Kalanemi was killed. So, he's riding on his lion carrier, and he's throwing a trident, and there's a huge war. And then he throws his trident at Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu catches his trident and kills Kalanemi and his lion together. And then again, he's brought back to life by Sanjeevani and all this stuff. So, without further delay, I think you bookmarked it, right? I don't know, I'm unable to find it. Yeah, it's the last chapter, okay.
There's an index card.
So, in the last chapter, okay, this is called Description of Kamsa's Strength. So, and here we can see how Kamsa captured all these different demons that Krishna and Balaram killed. Okay. So, I'm just going to, if you have, you can put it up, right? You can put it up for the pleasure of the devotees. Sri Bahulas was asking this question. Who was this very powerful demon Kamsa? Oh, great sage. Please describe his births and deeds. Sri Narada said, at the time of churning the ocean, a great demon named Kalanemi fought with Lord Vishnu and was violently killed by him. When with the Sanjeevani science, Shukracharya revived him, in his heart Kalanemi yearned to fight again with Lord Vishnu. On Mount Mandara, he performed severe austerities, drinking durva grass juice and worshipping the demigod Brahma. When 100 celestial years had passed, all that remained of him was bones in an anthill. Then Brahma said to him, ask for a benediction, and Kalanemi spoke a reply. So in the Dhanavir Maharaj's commentaries on these verses are really ecstatic, actually. And Dhanavir Maharaj is saying that he performed the exact same austerities that Hiranyakashipu performed. And he just thought, Hiranyakashipu had bad luck, but I will have better luck. Somehow or the other. How foolish are the demons? How foolish. And another important point that Dhanavir Maharaj makes in these purports, that Kalanemi performed all these austerities, performed all this yoga, and he got benediction. So just performing yoga does not make you spiritual. Because you see, the yogis are all, the Kalanemi is also performing yoga, he's performing all these austerities. And now we can see in the modern day, people are performing austerities, yoga, this and that. But it's only for some mundane achievement. It's not for spiritual elevation. Kalanemi said, may my death not come from the hands of any or all of the very powerful demigods who have Vishnu as their root. Sri Brahma said, O demon, the benediction you request is difficult to attain. Still, you have now attained it. My words are not false. Now, this is a very interesting point to note. Okay? Sri Narada said, in Ugrasena's wife, the demon attained another demoniac birth. Even in his childhood, he would regularly fight with great wrestlers. So now this we have to understand. So one may wonder, how did such a demon be born in the extended Yadu dynasty? How was this possible? How is this possible? Ugrasena is not a demon. How did he give birth to a demon son? How is this possible? Then we learn from Shastra, the Mahabharata, the Garga Samhita, that there was actually a demon assistant of Kuvera. And his name was Drumila. And this Drumila, once when he saw Kamsa's mother, Ugrasena's wife, she had to go to her family home for some reason. When he saw Ugrasena's wife, he became fully enamored by lusty desires. And then he shapeshifted, took the form of Ugrasena, went and seduced her, and then impregnated her. and then he became Kamsa's father. Drumila. Interesting point. Wishing to conquer all... Wait, did I skip a verse? Oh, this is it, okay. Wishing to conquer all directions. We can read the second paragraph of that purport. In the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, we learn about the particulars of Kamsa's birth. Sanatana Goswami cites the Shrishti Khanda of the Padma Purana, where it says that after the marriage between Ugrasena and Padmavati, she stayed a short time in the house of her father, King Satyaketu. At that time, the demoniac messenger of Kuveras named Drumila or Gobhila became attracted to her, and by disguising himself as Ugrasena, he seduced her. The child born from this illicit connection was Kamsa. Is there in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita? Crazy. What the demons do. Wishing to conquer all directions, Jarasandha, the king of Magadha, set his royal camp at different places by Yamuna's shore. Then the elephant Kuvalaya Pida, who was strong as thousands of other elephants, became angry, broke his chains, and ran from a royal camp. It ran. So, and another place in the Garga Samhita it stated that Kuvalaya Pida in his past life was the devotee, and he was running to a place of pilgrimage. He was very eager to go to a place of pilgrimage. So while he was running, he would indiscriminately just push everyone out of the way with his arms, shoulders, throw them out of the way so he can go to that place. So he did it to a sage also. He did it to another sage devotee. He ran and he threw the sage out of the way in order to go to the pilgrimage, and then the sage cursed him. Because you are running and throwing people out of the way, may you be born as a very powerful elephant in your next life. And then he became Kuvalaya Pida. So, let's see. Then the elephant Kuvalaya Pida who was as strong as thousands of other elephants, became angry, broke his chains, and ran from the royal camp. It ran from the royal camp to the mountains and entered an arena where Kamsa was fighting. When wrestlers fled and the elephant approached him, Kamsa grabbed its trunk and threw it to the ground. Again grabbing it, Kamsa threw it into Jarasandha's army 80 miles away. That's how strong he was. Nowadays, you see the UFC guys, they're fighting and they can't even throw each other like 8 feet away, But Kamsa threw him 80 miles away, a huge elephant. That's strength. Now we're Kali Yuga like puny guys. Pleased by seeing this amazing strength, the king of Magadha gave his 2 daughters, Asti and Prapti, as well as the elephant, to Kamsa. For a wedding present, Jarasandha gave 100 million horses, 100,000 elephants, 300,000 chariots, and 10,000 maidservants. Jarasandha was a very, very powerful king. He was a very intelligent king, because what he did in order to, he had the kingdom of Magadha, which is modern day Bihar. And he wanted to be the next, like we read in the Krishna book, he wanted to be the next emperor, the great emperor. And he wanted to take over Hastinapura. And his plan was he wanted to capture Hastinapura on all sides. So he used to employ this very amazing tactic because he had phenomenal bodily strength. What he would do is he would go and challenge the rulers of the kingdom. Either you wrestle with me, or you have the best guy in your kingdom wrestle with me. And if you win, I become your slave, and you take all the opulence that Magadha has. Or if I win, you become my slave, and I take all the opulence and the soldiers and everything that you have. So employing this strategy, Jarasandha very politically and very correctly took over all these kingdoms that he had. So, but he didn't do this. He didn't want to use this tactic in Hastinapura. Why? Why did he not want to use it? Bhima was not born then. He didn't appear then. Dhritarashtra. Bhishma is a great warrior, of course, but Dhritarashtra is known to have the strength of 1,000 elephants. And he thought, if I lost with Dhritarashtra, that'll be a big insult, So he was very smart, very smart. Therefore, he had so much opulence. So Side point. So, so let's see. Okay. Then, very proud of the strength of his arms and eager to fight, powerful Kamsa went alone to the Mahishmati city. Chanura, Mushtika, Kuta, Shala, and Toshala, who were the sons of the kings of Mahishmati. So these are all kings. And Kamsa just had them as, hey boys, I want to wrestle. These are all princes. You see? They were the sons of the king of Mahishmati. Chanura, Mushtika, Kuta, Shala, and Toshala. These are princes, And Kamsa just had him as like, dude, let's wrestle, bro. That's how he had him. Were wrestlers very eager to defeat their opponents in fighting. And that's why Charuna is from, where is he from? Right? It says Mahishmati here, but another name for Charuna is, so Chanura is Charunandra. Maharaj spoke about, there's another name of Lord Vishnu in the Vishnu Sahasranama in Charunandra Niha or something like this, killer. Huh? Chanurandra Nishudanaha. This Maharaj spoke during his Vyasa Puja festival in Vrindavan. I think the group from Krishna Life was also there in that. So he spoke on this name. Yeah. You can look it up, Vyasa Puja. He spoke. If not this Vyasa Puja in the previous, but one of the Vyasa Pujas. Oh, Puri, okay. So then the Vyasa Puja, one of his Vyasa Puja recently, he spoke in Vrindavan on this name. Charunandra Nishudana. So it says Charuna is from Andhra. That's what it says from the. So that's another interesting point. So we see Charuna, Mushtika, Kuta, Shala, and Toshala. Kamsa calmly said to them, "Let us fight. If you win, I will become your servant. If I win, I will make you all my servants." All the great fighters looked at him and agreed. Then Kamsa fought with them and they tried to defeat him. When Chanura rushed at him, Kamsa made a great sound and threw him to the ground. When Mushtika, another demon, killed by Balaram, rushed at him with ferocious punches, with one punch, Kamsa knocked him to the ground. When Kuta rushed at him, Kamsa knocked him to the ground, grabbed his feet, and violently threw him into the sky. That's fired up. When Shala, waving his arms, rushed at him, Kamsa grabbed one arm, pulled him down, and dragged him about. Then Kamsa grabbed Toshala, knocked him to the ground, and by the power of his arms threw him 80 miles away. Then Kamsa made them all his servants. And on my advice, Narada Muni says, he went to Mount Pravarshana. And who does he find over here? You don't guess. After presenting his proposal before him, Kamsa fought with the gorilla, Dvivida, for 21 days. Now this is a fight. So, 20 days. Now this is a real fight here, Dvivida and Kamsa, another demon killed by Balaram. Dvivida uprooted a mountain, threw it on Kamsa's head. Kamsa also grabbed a mountain and threw it on Dvivida. Dvivida then punched Kamsa and jumped into the sky. Kamsa chased him and then threw him to the ground. In this way, Dvivida was knocked unconscious, dispirited, weakened, and his bones broken. He became Kamsa's servant. This is amazing. Then Kamsa went to Rishyamukha forest, where there was a great demon named Keshi, who had the form of a horse, how do you say this? Whinnying like thunder. Punching it repeatedly, Kamsa subdued this horse. Mounting it, very powerful Kamsa rode to Mount Mahendra. He tamed Keshi and rode to Mount Mahendra. Now this is where it gets brutal. 100 times the demon king Kamsa uprooted the mountain and held it high and set it in its place. Because he was so strong, he's lifting an entire mountain 100 times all the way up and putting it in its place. It's like, what's this exercise called, Jonathan? Like what's that called? Huh? Shoulder press. So Kamsa was doing shoulder presses with Mount Mahendra. He was doing shoulder press, 100 shoulder presses, one shot. This is insane. And who did he see over here? Held it and kept it and see it. When he saw Lord Parshuram, who was as effulgent as the sun at the time of cosmic dissolution, whose eyes were now red with anger, Kamsa bowed his head before the sage, circumambulated him, and fell at his feet. Okay, that's right. he was smart. The lifting of Mount Mahendra, purport, I have to read this purport, I'm sorry. The lifting of Mount Mahendra again and again was certainly a great disturbance to the Brahmana sage Sri Parshuram residing there. Parshuram was a powerful incarnation of the personality of Godhead, about whom the following poem states. I think we just sung this word, right? Kshatriya rudhira maya jagata bhagata papam snapayasi payasi samita bhavatapam keshava dhrita bhrigupati rupa jai jagadisha hare. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Bhrigupati. All glories to you. At the Kurukshetra, you bathed the earth in rivers of blood from the bodies of demoniac Kshatriyas that you have slain. The sins of the world are washed away by you, and because of you, people are relieved from the blazing fire of material existence. Kamsa knew the power of the Brahmanas, and he did not want to offend them. The process of falling at the feet of a superior in obeisance is very effective in soliciting the compassion of the superior. This method, called dandavat, or falling flat like a rod before the superior, is still customary among serious disciples of the gurus. Kamsa knew the stature of Parshuram and wished to gain the incarnation's mercy for his personal motives. Pacified at this, Parshuram, his eyes very fierce, said to Kamsa, "O worm, O baby crab, you are insignificant as a mosquito." So, next. And then, okay, I have to read the first paragraph of this purport. This is one of Rishi Kumar Prabhu's and myself favorite Dhanavir Goswami purports. Another Kshatriya for me to kill, for me to annihilate, thought Parshuram. Parshuram's hatred for Kshatriyas traces back to the time of King Kartavirya Arjuna. You know, I'll keep reading it, but at least that one line is the most quoted on a traveling Sankirtan. "Today I will kill you, who are a wicked Kshatriya, falsely proud of its strength. This bow," now this is amazing, "this bow by my side weighs 100,000 bharas." Purport. A bhara is a measure of weight approximately equaling 20 pounds, according to Sridhar Swami, the original commentator on the Srimad Bhagavatam. Parshuram's bow weighed approximately 2 million pounds. Oh my God. Or 1,000 tons. This means that the bow was approximately 1/3 in weight and equal to, in length, to the Saturn V rocket, designed in 1950s by Werner von Braun and his team, which measured more than 360 feet in length and weighed 3,000 tons. That's just the weight of the bow. Lord Vishnu gave me this bow in the battle for Tripura city. To kill Kshatriyas, I received it from Lord Shiva's own hand. If you can draw this bow, it will be good for you. If you cannot draw it, I will destroy your strength. Hearing these words, the demon Kamsa, now check this out. Demon Kamsa picked up the bow made of 7 palm trees. As Parshuram watched, Kamsa easily strung it. 100 times he drew the bowstring back to his ear and released it with a thunderous sound. The sound echoed in the universe of 7 planetary systems and outer space. It made the elephants that support the directions tremble, and it made the stars fall to the earth. Putting the bow back in its place and bowing again to Lord Parshuram, he said, "Oh Lord, I'm not a Kshatriya, I am a demon, and I am your servant." Then he says this, "I am the servant of your servant, O Supreme Person. Please protect me." Hearing this, Lord Parshuram was pleased with him and gave him that bow. So now I'd like to read the purport. In this verse, the word dasasya daso indicate that Kamsa was hoping to win the favor of Parshuram by identifying himself as the servant of one of the Lord's servants, such as Narada. God fulfills the desire of everybody, be they good or evil, as said in the Bhagavad Gita. "Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sataiva jamyaham mama vartmanuvartante manushyav partha sarvatah." Oozing with duplicity. This is what this purport, right? This was one of our favorite. Oozing with duplicity, Kamsa repeatedly bowed to Parshuram, declaring himself a servant. Kamsa wanted a boon and he received it. Oozing with duplicity. Then Parshuram says, "Whoever breaks this bow of Lord Vishnu will kill you." So Kamsa was thinking, "Oh, I got it, I received the boon." But then we can see in the Krishna book that when Krishna and Balaram come inside Mathura after killing Kuvalaya Pida, Krishna goes and Krishna breaks that bow. And with pieces of that bow, Lord Balaram kills Kamsa's brothers. That's why Lord Balaram is also known as the son of? Who's Balaram the son of? Rohini Nandana. He's known as Rohini Nandana. And why did Krishna, although Krishna killed Kamsa, why didn't he kill Kamsa's other brothers? Because Balaram was not related to Kamsa and his brothers. But Krishna was. He had to kill Kamsa because he asked for it. But Balaram was not related. So Balaram takes this bow, he takes a piece of this bow, half the bow, and kills the rest of the brothers. So, Srinatha said, then Kamsa bowed down before the sage Parashuram. As Kamsa thought of all this, he became filled with pride. No king could fight with him, they only brought him gifts. On the seashore, Kamsa saw a demon named Aghasura. We have a full, beautiful painting of him. That painting always freaks me out every time I look at it. Because if you go and look at it, right, there is no end to his tail. Like, did you ever notice this painting? It goes all the way back, and you can't find his tail. Such a big serpent. It's crazy. Kamsa saw a demon named Aghasura, who, licking its tongue and hissing, had a serpent's body. Agha means sin. Sin asura. That's what it means. Aghasura, sin asura. When the serpent approached and bit him, the fearless and powerful demon king jumped on it and became like a necklace, squeezing its neck. Started squeezing the neck of Aghasura, Kamsa. He's a fantastic demon. In the east, a great bull named Arishta. Do we have Arishta here? No, we don't. Named Arishta fought with Kamsa as one elephant fought with another elephant. With his horns, it uprooted a mountain and threw it at Kamsa's head. Then Kamsa took a mountain and threw it at Arishta's head. With a single punch, the great demon Kamsa made Arishta fall unconscious. At that victory, Kamsa went north. There, eager to fight Kamsa said to Narakasura at Pragjyotisha city, is very powerful king who was a son of the earth goddess. O king of the demons, please give me a fight. So Narakasura was the son of? And? How did he become a demon? Bad association. Who did he associate with? No. Come on, he was already a demon by now. Banasura. Bad association. Associated with Banasura. So you can be the son of Krishna, but if you associate with the demon, you'll become a demon. So we should never think we're above, like, oh, I'm not going to be affected by watching karmic stuff. Yes, you are. If you are victorious, I will become your servant. If I'm victorious, I will make you my servant. Same deal. First, now there's another demon Balaram killed. First, a very powerful demon named Pralambhasura fought with Kamsa. They fought as one great lion fights with another great lion. Kamsa wrestled him to the ground and threw him into Pragjyotisha city. The demon named Dhenuka came and grabbed Kamsa. With fearsome strength, Kamsa angrily threw him away. Kamsa threw Dhenuka 800 miles, jumped on him, and crushed him with many hard punches. On Narakasura's order, a demon named Trinavarta pulled Kamsa into the sky and fought with him 800,000 miles in outer space. Now this is crazy. 800,000 miles in outer space. With limited strength, Kamsa dragged the demon from outer space to the earth and made him vomit blood from his mouth. When a powerful and demoniac duck named Bakasura, we have a picture of him too, tried to swallow him with its beak, Kamsa made it fall with a single punch, hard as a thunderbolt. Lifting itself up, the white-winged demon made a sound like thunder and angrily swallowed Kamsa with its sharp beak. Huh? Yeah. When swallowed, Kamsa became angry and his body became like a thunderbolt. Its throat breaking, the great duck Bakasura spat Kamsa out at once. Kamsa grabbed Bakasura, threw it to the ground. As they fought, Kamsa grabbed it with both hands and whirled it around and dragged it here and there. Then Bakasura's sister named Putana came and wished to fight. Kamsa laughed and said to her, "Hear my words, O Putana. I will never fight with a woman. Bakasura has become my brother, so you should be my sister." Then, seeing that Kamsa had endless strength, Narakasura accepted defeat. He made friendship with Kamsa, and they formed an alliance against the demigods. So we can see this is how Kamsa, that was amazing, huh? It was ecstatic. And there's a lot more nectar where this came from. In order to know, please read Sri Dhanavir Goswami Maharaj's translation and commentary of Sri Garga Samhita. So we see that these are the demons. And this is how Kamsa got together this entire group of demons, the super team of demons. So we see that Lord Balaram, he killed the first demon that he killed. And this is very important. When Krishna and Balaram go into Talavan forest, right? Why didn't Krishna kill Dhenukasura? Why did Balaram kill Dhenukasura? There's two answers to this. One answer, yes? That's right. Dhenukasura is a descendant of Prahalad Maharaj. And Prahalad Maharaj begs a benediction from Narasimha Dev that his descendants will never be killed by him, by Vishnu. So because Krishna and Balaram are simultaneously one and different, Krishna doesn't kill him, Balaram kills him. Another reason also is that you were stating this in your class, Chandanacharya Prabhu, that fame, you were saying, desire for fame, desire for prestige, this is the root cause of all the anarthas, right? You were saying. Do you have a reference for that? It's from Madhurya Kadambini? Or from where? So, we say that this is the root of all the anarthas. This. And then Dhenukasura, according to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, represents this. Not represents, it can be related to. We should be very careful using these words. It's very dangerous, actually. Let's see, where is this? Hari Bhakti Vilas. Okay. So, Dhenukasura, he represents this desire of the desire for false prestige, false name, and it's that he can't eat the fruits, and because he can't eat the fruits, he gets envious of anyone else who tries to eat the fruits of devotional service. So such an anartha is specifically destroyed by the spiritual master. That's why Lord Balaram is a supreme personality of servitor Godhead, like Vishnu Prabhu was telling us this morning. Lord Balaram is a supreme personality of servitor Godhead. He's a supreme personality of servitor Godhead. And the Guru is a representative of Lord Balaram. He comes to teach us how to serve Krishna. Because Balaram is the best of Krishna's servants. He loves Krishna so much that he becomes Krishna's paraphernalia. He serves Krishna in all the rasas. He serves Krishna as in Vatsalya rasa, he serves as Krishna's older brother. In Sakhyaḥ rasa, he serves as Krishna's friend. And Krishna and Balaram are so close. And Balaram is Krishna's brother in this appearance, because last appearance as Rama and Lakshmana was very fried out with Lord Rama. The next life, I will be the older brother. Because one of the things which Lakshmana found the hardest to do was when he had to set fire for the Agni Pariksha, where they had to test Sita's purity by having her enter into the fire. So, Lord Balaram, he's the older brother in this appearance, and Krishna and Balaram, when they're playing with their cowherd friends, this is in the chapter of Lord Balaram killing Dhenukasura. When in the chapter, it's described that they're happily playing, they're having a good time, and they're singing and dancing and wrestling with each other. And when Lord Balaram becomes tired, he goes and lies down. He goes and lies down on the lap of a cowherd boy. Another cowherd boy comes and he starts to fan him. Two few other cowherd boys come and they start to sing. And then Krishna personally comes, brings him some river water from Yamuna, makes him drink that water, and then he massages the lotus feet of Lord Balaram. It's very amazing. It's so desirable. Lord Balaram, to be a servant is actually so desirable that even Krishna desires to be the servant of his older brother. And Krishna personally comes and massages the lotus feet of Lord Balaram. It's inconceivable. How amazing. How amazing. That selfless, that desire of being a servant. We can even see that Krishna is very young. Although he can lift Govardhan hill, he's so, Nanda Maharaj asked him to get his shoes, and Krishna struggles to get the two shoes of Nanda Maharaj. And there's a very cute painting of Krishna doing that. So we say that Krishna goes and personally massages the lotus feet of Lord Balaram. It's very amazing. And then Lord Balaram, he also serves Krishna as in Dasya Rasa. Balaram also performs so many things to be the servant of Krishna. And one more rasa actually, Virya Rasa. Balaram serves as Virya Rasa. And that's why when the residents of Vrindavan saw inauspicious signs when Krishna got wrapped up in the coils of Kaliya, what was Mother Yashoda's first fear? What was her fear? That Krishna today went to play without Lord Balaram. When Balaram is there, I have no fear because he can protect Krishna. But today he went to play without Lord Balaram. So we say Lord Balaram, Virya Rasa, he serves him as his servant. And then serves him in Shanta Rasa also. He becomes all the paraphernalia of Krishna. He becomes his shoes, becomes his Brahman thread, becomes his clothes, becomes Anandashesh, becomes the entire world. Entire world, Krishna, Balaram becomes for the service of Krishna. And then, I remember when I was new, I asked my brahmachari leader, I asked him, can you explain to me who are Krishna and Balaram? What's the difference between the both of them, this and that? And then he gave a very amazing example. He said, now, let's just say you walked inside the room and you're really hungry. And if you're really hungry, you have to cook and you have to do all this for yourself. But then, if your desire to eat and your hunger and all that manifested as another person and cooked for you and made everything ready for you and you ate, that would be very amazing, right? So that is Balaram for Krishna. That, Balaram is the best servant of Krishna. So he's ready to serve him in any possible way. And then, Lord Balaram, he can't serve Krishna in the Madhurya Rasa. That's why it says that wherever Krishna is walking and wherever Radharani is walking, that place becomes golden. That place becomes golden. And if Balaram ever sees those footprints over there, he immediately goes away in another place because he doesn't want it to be awkward for Krishna and Radharani. So, but he has to serve in Madhurya Rasa also. So then Lord Balaram appears as Ananga Manjari, as the younger sister of Srimati Radharani, and then he also serves Krishna in the Madhurya Rasa. So Lord Balarama is always there. He's always there. In every avatara, in every incarnation of Lord Krishna, he's always there to serve Lord Krishna. He's always there. So we see, Lord Balaram, he takes upon all this. And then we see that this killing of Dhenukasura is very important, and I'll finish the class with that understanding. But another demon that Lord Balaram kills is Pralambasura. And while Pralambasura, everyone knows the pastime, I hope. If not, please read the Krishna book. It's very ecstatic. That Krishna and Balaram are playing in the forest of Vrindavan with their friends. And then this demon, Pralambasura, comes as a cowherd boy. And all the cowherd boys welcome this other cowherd boy home. But Krishna sees that, wait, this person is not my friend, he's a demon. But one may wonder, how is this possible? How is it that the cowherd boys just let some random guy into their friend circle? Usually when you're playing and you have playmates, you know who's who, you know where they live, you know that whole deal. How is it? So then Sanatana Goswami explains to us that actually this cowherd boy, who this person who Pralambasura came as, he was actually a friend of Krishna who had to stay back at home to perform other duties. So he disguised himself as exactly that person. These are shapeshifters. Shapeshifters are real. So he's a shapeshifter, so he is able to shift, and he behaved just like him. So, but Krishna could recognize, come on, you can't fool me, Krishna could see, and he started to wonder, how am I going to kill? How am I going to kill him? How am I going to kill him? So then I said, all right, let's form groups and let's play this. Hari Nar think, I'm forgetting the name of the sport that they play, but it's a wrestling sport. Dhanvir Maharaj describes it in his purpose, actually. So they start wrestling, and the deal is this: whoever loses has to carry the other person on their shoulders to a particular point. So Krishna has his group, and Balaram has his group, and Pralambasura says that Krishna is the most powerful, so he decides to be on Krishna's party, and they start to wrestle. But then what happens is Krishna's party loses. Krishna loses his wrestling to Sridhama, who is the older brother of Srimati Radharani. He loses in wrestling to Sridhama, and the other cowherd boys also lose. So Krishna has to carry Sridham. Bhadrasena has to carry Rishabha, and Pralamba carries Lord Balaram. And the deal was, okay, look, we're all going to walk to a particular place, and that's where you get us up. So all of them were walking and walking and walking. But then instead of stopping in a particular place, Pralambasura kept walking on. And then Lord Balaram became really heavy. And then when he became really heavy, he couldn't hold these guys anymore. Then he becomes a big demon. So huge, his body was like was blackish, and he had like coppery hair and reddish eyes. And then Lord Balaram is on the thing, and then the Bhagavatam says Balaram performed the pastime of seeming to be frightened. And then one may wonder, how is this possible for Lord Balaram to be frightened? He's Lord Balaram. And then Srila Sanatana Goswami gives us the example and understanding that actually Lord Balaram, he was frightened. Why? Because he thought that, wait, this is a cowherd boy. Krishna welcomed him as a cowherd boy. How can I kill a cowherd boy? And then another reason Sanatana Goswami thinks that, wait, if this person is a demon, is my brother Krishna being attacked by another demon? And then he has to act fast, right? And he has to act fast. So he didn't call his club, and he didn't call his plow. What did he do? He used his hard wrist. And how did he punch him like this? No, it was like the thunderbolt of Indra. One strike, immediately whack, and then immediately he falls on the ground. And then Sanatana Goswami actually makes a very amazing point. Analyzing the Sanskrit, he says that actually, it may appear that he started to walk, but another way of looking at the Sanskrit is that he actually started to fly in the sky, trying to take him as quickly as possible to Mathura to kill him. So Lord Balaram, observing this, like lightning, and then Rishi Kumar Prabhu and myself were like, let's find the best thunder hitting trees video or something. And we saw, when thunder strikes, it's fast. Lightning. When lightning strikes, it's fast, It's really, you can look at it. It just hits and it's like fire, boom, and the whole tree breaks. We were seeing that people were just driving, and then all of a sudden thunder hits their truck, and the truck just splits. It's crazy. It's crazy, actually. And then what is this lightning compared to Indra's thunderbolt? And what is Indra's thunderbolt compared to Lord Balaram's punch? Like lightning, back. Whack! One shot, bam! Pralambasura dead. Finish. He kills him. And then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives another really amazing point of this, that Krishna wanted to see the fun of how Balaram is going to deal with Pralambasura. So then at that time, he says, Krishna reminded Lord Balaram of his godlike powers. And then Balaram whacks him dead. So I was told this at the age of 19, when my body was 19 years old, by a senior brahmachari. He told me that Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Pralambasura is the representation of the anartha of lust. So, if you are ever afflicted by lusty desires, which is very possible, especially distributing books in New York City in Kali Yuga, being new, you just read the pastime of Balaram killing Pralambasura, and you'll feel like ointment, cooling ointment on your heart of lusty desires. And it actually works. It actually works. This is just any problem, just remember Lord Balaram killing Pralambasura. Just remember the soothing instructions of the spiritual master. Madana parihara sthitam mandiye manasi mukunda padaravinda dhamne Haranayana krishanuna krishosi smarasina chakra parakramam murare. O Cupid, kindly abandon residence in my mind. Do you not know that now my mind is a residence of the two lotus feet of Lord Mukunda? Do you not remember how we were incinerated to ashes by the fiery glance of Lord Shiva? Why then do you not fear the power of the amazing discus of Lord Murari's Sudarshan chakra? Why do you not fear this, you fool? So this is a verse every brahmachari, everyone should learn. Madana parihara sitam madiye. Should understand this. Very, very important. Madana parihara sitam madiye. Manasi mukunda padaravinda damni. Haranayana krishanuna krishosi smarasina chakra parakramam murare. We can even think of that pastime. Boom. Lord Balaram, like lightning. You can see a video of lightning. Quick, boom, finished, killed. All the demigods come. And they congratulate and they shower flowers on Balaram. All his friends come and embrace him and they congratulate him. And you know what they do after they congratulate and embrace him? They bless him. they bless Lord Balaram. I give you my blessings. Live a long life, my dear Balaram. You know? This is love. This is love that cannot be imitated. It's not like we stand before Krishna and Balaram. You know, Krishna and Balaram, today I bless you. You know, don't imitate. Don't imitate. Such things. Rupanuga sadhu jana bhajane ananda. Should always remember the Rupanuga sadhu janas. We should always remember the ecstatic associates who are following Rupa Goswami. Rupanuga sadhu jana bhajane ananda. So we see that Palambasura, he was killed. If you're ever inflicted by lusty desires, please think about this pastime. It's very amazing. Read this from the Krishna book. You can read it over and over again. Like Prahlad Nanda Maharaj, he memorized the entire Krishna book. At least we can memorize a chapter. Pralambasura, the 2 chapters are really short in the Krishna book. One is the Pralambasura chapter and the other is the Dhenukasura chapter. These are really short chapters actually. You can memorize these chapters. They're very nice. I'll try to do so myself. And then getting back to Dhenukasura, he had this mentality. I cannot enjoy the fruits, therefore you should also not enjoy the fruits. This is Dhenukasura's mentality. And it's very interesting and very amazing that, yeah, there you go. That's right. I love this painting. Once, this painting was there at the Back to Godhead magazine, and devotees were distributing these Back to Godhead magazines in Detroit. So, when the people of D-Town saw this Back to Godhead magazine and saw this picture in the Back to Godhead magazine, said, what is this white man doing to our brother? You know, and do you remember Guru Maharaj told this pastime to us in New York when Jayadvaita Maharaj was next to him? What is this? And then, you know, that it was hard to distribute this magazine in D-Town back in the day. We can see. And then Dhenukasura, that the spiritual master, he removes this anartha of desire for name, fame, profit, adoration, and distinction. If we were to firmly listen to the orders of the spiritual master and take his chastisements, and really take his chastisements seriously, and understand our anarthas are real. My Guru Maharaj told me, my anarthas are especially dangerous because they tend to be offensive towards Vaishnavas. He told me this, and that really hit me like Lord Balaram twirling the Dhenukasura, lost my life. It's a very heavy thing. My Guru Maharaj told me personally that my anarthas are especially dangerous because they tend to be offensive towards Vaishnavas. So we should listen to the orders of the spiritual master and try to apply it. We see those who don't follow the instructions of the spiritual master try to arm twist the hands of the spiritual master, force themselves in a certain situation, are ruined by their own actions, completely destroyed, completely humiliated, and completely left with no shelter. What do they earn? The displeasure of the spiritual master. So, one must understand the instructions of the spiritual master. Although it is hard. The spiritual master, why did you take a spiritual master if you think your life is going to be easy? Right? Sometimes devotees would quote this to us often. An easygoing life and an attainment of Krishna consciousness go ill together. Right? That's what it is. Easygoing life and attainment of Krishna consciousness go ill together. So, the orders of the spiritual master, who is a representative of Lord Balaram, they are very hard to follow. They're hard to follow, but they're not impossible to follow. They have to be hard, otherwise we will not push ourselves. We will not push ourselves. We have to man up. We have to take the order the spiritual master says, no matter what it means, upon our false ego, upon whatever. It is hard. I'm preaching to myself also. So we should understand that the order of the spiritual master is very important, because this Dhenukasura mentality is actually what will ruin everything for us. This Dhenukasura mentality. That's why Lord Balaram, after killing Dhenuka, what was his name? One name that was given to him was? This was there in trivia night last night. What happened? Forgot already. Dhenukadri, one who killed Dhenuka. So, in this regard, if you could please go to KK Songs and pull up this bhajan called Vaishnava K, written by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Jitagirish Prabhu said the class can go on a little longer, so I'm just, taking. I'm going to end pretty soon. So, we say in this bhajan, there's these really amazing verses written by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, where he says, Dushtaman, tumi kisher Vaishnav, pratishtha tare nirjanera gare tava harinam kevala kaitava. You can just go to the translation, I'll just quote the Bengali. All the way down. Okay. Oh wicked mind, what kind of Vaishnava do you think you are? Your pretentious show of chanting Lord Hari's holy name in a solitary place is only for the sake of attaining the false prestige of worldly repute. Then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, Jader pratishtha shukarer bhishta janina kitaha mayara vaibhava. It's very important. Jader pratishtha. This mundane false prestige, Jader pratishtha, is compared to smearing yourself with the stool of a hog. Shukarer bhishta. Jader pratishtha shukarer bhishta. Janina kitaha mayara vaibhava. Do you not know, my dear mind, you're claiming to be a big Vaishnava. Do you not know that it is all simply Mayar Vaibhav? It is all simply a manifestation, an illusion of Maya's potency. Do you not know this, you fool? Kanaka Kamini Divashayamini. Day and night, you're simply thinking about women and money. Kanaka Kamini Divashayamini. Day and night, wicked mind, you're thinking about these things. Divashayamini. Bhaviya Kikash Anitya Sesab. Do you not know that all these things are temporary? And then I want to read verse number 4, please, if you can go. All these are very instructive. Then, Pratishtha Taru Jadamaya Maru. He says, Pratishtha Taru Jadamaya Maru Napeli Ravan Yujhiya Raghav. That the wicked demon Ravana, lust incarnate, fought with Lord Ramachandra, love incarnate, in order to gain the tree of worldly reputation. But that oasis turned out to be but a mirage cast in the wasteland of the Lord's illusory material potency. Understand? Vaishnavi pratishtha tate koro nishtha. Understand this. Vaishnavi pratishtha tate koro nishtha. That one, please cultivate fixed determination to attain only the steady and solid platform whereupon a Vaishnava ever stands. Nala biye mayika rorava. If you neglect worshipping the Lord from this position, then you will ultimately attain a hellish existence. Now, if you can please take the Bengali of this verse number 5, this is very, very, very important. Harijana dvesh pratishtha klesh karye kena tabu tahara gaurava. Vaishnavera pache pratishtha ache tate kabunai anitya vaibhava. Translation, please. We see this over here. Why do you endlessly suffer the torment of blaspheming devotees of Lord Hari, attempting to achieve their eminence, thereby only proving your own fruitless foolishness? We see a Vaishnava in a particular post, we become envious of this. I have this mentality for sure. This is my Dhenuka mentality. The desire for spiritual eminence is easily fulfilled when one becomes a devotee of the Lord. For eternal fame automatically follows the heels of a Vaishnava. And that fame is never to be considered a temporary worldly opulence. We should understand this. This fame is not anitya vaibhava. It's not anitya, it's not temporary, it's eternal. So harijana dvesh pratishta shaklesh, we should be very careful to not desire the position of honor that's accorded to a bona fide Vaishnava. Now, verse number 6, and this is the last I'll read from this. If you need the Bengali, please. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur goes on to say, Se hari sambandha shunya maya gandha, taha kabu nae jade rakaitav. Now this is so heavy. Pratishta chandali nirjanata jali, ubhaya janiya maya karora. Translation. The relationship between a devotee and Lord Hari is devoid even a trace of worldly illusion. It has nothing to do with the materialistic cheating propensity. The prestige of so-called popularity in the material realm is compared to a treacherous dog-eating witch, Pratishtha Chandali. Pratishtha Chandali. Would you rather have Bhakti Vikasa, which means the expansion of devotional service, or would you rather have Pratishtha Chandali? You can decide. The acharyas are non-different from their names. And the attempt to live in solitude, to supposedly engage in unalloyed bhajan, is compared to an entangling network of distraction. Please know that anyone striving in either of these ways verily lives life in the hell of Maya's illusion. So this is our Dhenukasura mentality, my friends. And this is very hellish. It's very demoniac. Therefore, we take to the instruction of the spiritual master. Another thing, these rascal Ritviks, they made this little Krishna, right? And a little Krishna, one of the things that they did, that Balaram doesn't kill Dhenukasura, Krishna kills Dhenukasura. That's how envious these people are. That they don't even want to let the representative, the spiritual master, directly jump over. In their series, they have Krishna killing Dhenukasura. That's how much of a rascal these people are. Rascal people. So we understand from this that we need the mercy and the shelter of Lord Balaram. That's why if you can pull up Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 17, text number 42, and this is the last thing I will read. I'll end the class over here after reading this. "45, 7:15:45. Okay, so you see that the third line, Jnana sim achyuta balo dhadat asta shatruhu swananda tushta upashanta idam vijahyat. So now the translation, as long as one has to accept a material body with its different parts and paraphernalia, which are not fully under one's control, one must have the lotus feet of his superiors, namely his spiritual master and the spiritual master predecessors. By their mercy, one can sharpen the sword of knowledge, and with the power of the Supreme Personality of God's mercy, one must then conquer the enemies mentioned above. In this way, the devotee should be able to merge into his own transcendental bliss, and then he may give up his body and resume his spiritual identity. Now, I would like to go to the paragraph starting with a significant word is Achyuta Bhala. Yes. The spiritual master is certainly very merciful to his disciples, and consequently, by satisfying him, a devotee gets strength from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore says, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. One must first please the spiritual master and then automatically pleases Krishna, and gets the strength by which to cross the ocean of nations. If one seriously desires to return home back to Godhead, one must therefore become strong enough by pleasing the spiritual master, for thus one gets the weapon with which one can conquer the enemy and also gets the grace of Krishna. Simply getting the weapon of Jnana is insufficient. One must sharpen the weapon by serving the spiritual master and adhering to his instructions. Then the candidate will get the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In general warfare, one must take help from his chariot and horses in order to conquer his enemy. After conquering his enemies, he may give up the chariot and his paraphernalia. Similarly, as long as one has a human body, one should fully use it to obtain the highest perfection of life, namely going back home, back to Godhead. Then please move to the paragraph starting with significant in this verse are the words Jnana sim achyuta bhala. Jnana sim, the sword of knowledge, is given by Krishna. And when one serves the Guru and Krishna, when one serves the Guru and Krishna in order to hold the sword of Krishna's instructions, Balarama gives one strength. Balaram is Nityananda. Brajendra Nandana Jay Sachi Sutta Hoilo say, Balaram Hoilo Nitai. This Balaram, comes with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and both of them are so merciful in this age of Kali. Sorry, wait, did I lose it? Merciful that in this age of Kali, one may very easily take shelter of the lotus feet. They come especially to deliver the fallen souls of this age. Papi tapi jata chilo. This is Prabhupada. Papi tapi jata chilo, hariname udharila. Their weapon is Sankirtan, Harinam. Thus, one should accept the sword of knowledge from Krishna and be strong with the mercy of Balaram. We are therefore worshipping Krishna Balaram in Vrindavan. Prabhupada says that now that we have established Krishna Balaram in Vrindavan, they are giving strength to the entire Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. That's why Prabhupada wanted Krishna Balaram to be the center of Vrindavan, but the devotees over there, they place more emphasis on Radha Shyamsundar, Vishaka and Lalita. My Guru Maharaj is saying in the lecture. He says, in the Mundaka Upanishad it is said, Nayam atma balahinena labhyo nacha pramadat tapaso vapya lingat etair upayer yatate yastu vidvams tasyaisha atma vishate brahmadhama. One cannot attain the goal of life without the mercy of Balaram. Sri Narottam Das Thakur therefore says, Nitaya karuna habe braje radha Krishna pabe. When one receives the mercy of Balaram Nityananda, one can attain the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna very easily. Say sambandha nahi jar bita janma gelotar vidya kule ki kori betar. If one has no connection with Nitai Balaram, then even though one is a very learned scholar or jnani who has taken birth in a respectable family, these assets will not help him. We therefore must conquer the enemies of Krishna consciousness with the strength received from Lord Balaram. Next verse, and I'm going to end with this. Otherwise, if one does not take shelter of Achyuta and Baladev, then the senses acting as the horses and the intelligent acting as a driver, both being prone to material contamination, inattentively bring the body, which acts as a chariot, to the path of sense gratification. When one is thus attracted by the rogues of Vishaya, eating, sleeping, and mating, the horses and the chariot are thrown into the dark, blinding well of material existence, and one is again put into a dangerous and extremely fearful situation of repeated birth and death. Without the protection of Gaur Nitai and Krishna Balaram, one cannot get out of the dark well of material existence. So we should always keep this in mind. The living entity must get strength from Gaur Nitai or Krishna Balaram. Without the mercy of Nitai Gora, there is no way to come out of this dark well of ignorance. And Prabhupada ends the purport by saying, this material world is a dark well of ignorance. The fallen soul in this dark well must take shelter of the lotus feet of Gaur Nitai, for thus they can easily emerge from material existence. Without their strength, simply attempting to get out of the clutches of matter by speculative knowledge will be insufficient. And to read that last line one more time in the previous verse, we must therefore conquer the enemies of Krishna consciousness with the strength received from Balaram. So, today, on this auspicious day of Balaram Purnima, we can remember Lord Balaram and we chant Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Not just today, but every day. You can remember and pray for the strength to execute the orders of the spiritual master. He will never give you an order that you cannot fulfill. So if he sees potential, he will give you insane orders. And you have to take it up on, because he'll give you the strength. Bala, he will give you the strength. And then when he gives you Bala, then you will experience Rama, the bliss. So Balarama. So I'll end the class over here. If there's any questions or comments. Oh no, there's no time for that. So thank you all for your kind attention. Shri Balaram Purnima Mahotsaha ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha. Kripa sindubhyevacha. Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.